Hey everybody, my name is Wyatt and I'm Ferda Tunes, and today we finally got part 2 of diving into Crystal Castles, going over their second self-titled album. And this is one that just boggled me. I've been writing and rewriting over the last week or two, so let me just say sorry I've been less and less consistent with videos. I've just been working as much as possible as I can around my hectic work schedule that just seems to get busier and busier, so what can I say? Real life kind of sucks. But you can join the Discord if you want to keep up with me, what I'm listening to, and talk all kinds of music with a bunch of really cool people. Links in the description. Let's get into it. Now, when I first listened to this, I was in a weird mood. I was very tired, pretty stoned, so I just want to say the clips of me reacting, I don't seem as excited as I am now about the music. Like, the more I listened to it, the more crazy my reactions got. But yeah, the band's second album is so much more cohesive than their first. It just feels a lot more like a front to back typical album experience, whereas their first just felt like a more compilation of songs. But I still find it really hard to put one over the other. I'd be lying if I said the majority of songs on here are so much better than the majority on the first, because really both just have so much timeless and impressive material. This album feels like they took the whole vibe and atmosphere from their first and just made it even darker, more distorted, and just otherworldly. Most songs have this hopeless alienation to them that brings their sound to this just much deeper realm than before. And honestly, it took me quite a few listens to really start appreciating some of the songs on here, because they can be intimidating. Like the song Vietnam. This song sounds like what I imagine a war flashback feels like. I don't mean any disrespect or offense in that comment at all. It's just what I vividly imagine when I really sink myself into the song. Especially that first minute. It's just eerie. It feels like a creepy dream that just gets more and more chaotic. Bro, this is fucking sick. And not long after the song Birds, I still can't wrap my head around this track. It sounds like they remixed a metal song that was based around Alfred Hitchcock's movie Birds. Weirdly specific, I know, but again, that's just what kept popping in my head when I listened to the song. I don't know what else to say. Nah, this is some shit, I've never heard some shit like this. Fucked. Oh, this is gonna be a messy video. I'm all over the place already. But before I forget, Doe Deer. What the fuck? This is probably one of the most harsh, aggressive, and intimidating songs I've ever heard. Especially one that has a bit of a structure and a bit of a groove to it. It's not just harsh noise. This shit is all over the place, and it just gets more and more menacing. Now, Baptism has this buzzing bass line throughout most of the track that, like I said in the last video, it just numbs your brain in this euphoric and dancey way. And the bright synths, I don't know, that come in during the hook, call me crazy, but that low-key sounds like some shit that could have been ripped off of Future Sex Love Sounds. I don't know if I'm stretching, but it just sounds similar to me. Obviously taken to a completely different realm, but and the bleep bloopy, I don't know, that they kind of run the main melody of at least the first half of the song. It just fits so well to keep that dance party vibe up. I can't help but just rock out to it. And then Alice's hook feels almost ritualistic. It's so weird, but it's such a big, dancey, just fantastic track. Yo, oh, that shit is fucking Now, Years of Silence has such creepy fucking vocals. I'm sorry if I'm going too in depth on like just the vivid imagery that these songs gave me, but it's just so prevalent with this album. I can't deny it. This shit feels like the darkness of this album is just dragging your paralyzed body through the fucking graveyard on the cover and takes you to its church, and all of a sudden you're being sacrificed. And then Empathy comes on and you're high-key terrified. And then after about a minute of those repetitive sharp synths, again, synths, I don't know, and it all fades into this dreamy techno banger just out of nowhere, and everyone's just jiggy. I don't know, like it's just... The last few times I've listened to this album front to back, I really get this weird story in my mind from track to track, but like I just kind of laid out the two last tracks. I've never really had that so strongly, especially with a more electronic, you know, albums that don't have much of a song structure more than just atmospheres and beats. But shit just gets more and more vivid the more I listen to this album, so I just couldn't ignore these basically dreams I have when each song comes on. Oh, I'm sorry if this is another messy video, but goddamn, I gotta bring it back to the start for a second, because that intro, even just the first 3 seconds of the album, what the fuck? It's just eerie and makes me uncomfortable and like cringe, not in a bad way, but then Celestica might be my favorite track from them, period, right now. It's one of their most atmospheric and serene tracks for sure. Like, it sounds like I'm soaring over a huge city at night, like Saints Row 4 style, if you guys know. And the song's progression just makes me feel like the start of it, I'm launched off into a rocket ship and I'm just propelling further and further into the dark abyss of space. Bro, this shit is so crazy. Suffocation almost feels like part 2 to that track, just because the vibes are so similar to me. I'm just launched back into the night sky, and like, I don't know, it's tough percussion and buzzy bass don't take away at all from how catchy and dreamy the atmosphere is. Like, the vocals are almost like dream pop. Same with Celestica. It's another banger. Just, God. This was one of those tracks where when I first heard Celestica, I was like, wow, that might be one of my favorites from them. And then when this came around again, I was just like, how is this album still effortlessly blowing me away and giving me those same transcendental, isolated vibes? I don't know. Oh my god, this shit is so good. So many songs on here are very luscious and serene, but there's always one or a few elements to it that just give it this razor sharp edge. Like, it ends up feeling like a battle between space and claustrophobia. Like Empathy, the effects that start haunting the song as it's ending is just creepy. It's so cool though, oh my god. Like, and that sharp synth, again synth, goes nuts. And when I saw the song Violent Dreams, I expected something much more abrasive, but it's one of their most relaxing tracks ever, probably their most so far. This thing is borderline synthwave. Y'all, please crucify me in the comments. How did I forget to talk about Not in Love with Robert Smith? Like, probably like top 3 on the album for me. What the fuck? That song is so fucking good. This is a crazy fella. Oh shit. As much as I instantly loved the intro on their first album, this one took me like a lot of listens to even really enjoy it at first. It just starts so ruthlessly. It just piercing noise and this weirdly, violently sexual vocals. It's so odd, but the progression it grows into is pretty perfect. And again, it just propels you into the album's dark vibes. And as much as the outro on their first album didn't really click with me, this one is just such a perfect closer. Like, it sounds like the album dragged you to hell, and this song is you finally climbing your way and reaching the surface, and you're just dizzy from everything that just hit you. And the vocals sound like they used some similar effects as Animal Collective did with Sung Tongs. Maybe that's a stretch, maybe I'm tripping, but it's so fucking weird and so fucking cool. I don't know. I just can't help. Sometimes I just have to make reference points like that, especially with albums that are just so out there, or just bands that are so out there like this and like Animal Collective. When I notice those similarities, it's just so fucking cool. Like, it's not taking anything away. I don't mean it in any... It's just like, oh, goddamn. Like, are y'all sharing ideas? Is there just a secret Illuminati of fucking weird-ass musicians that just come up with these unbelievable ideas? Like I said at the start, it's tough to put one over the other because there are definitely songs off their first one that blow a lot of these ones out of the water, but I think I gotta say this one is, yeah, fuck, it's so goddamn good. And the more and more I listen to it, the more I think, like, yeah, this is definitely their best so far. I'll obviously be doing a third video on these guys on their third album, and then we'll do the fourth album. I don't really know about that one, but we're gonna check it out. And as I mentioned, Alice Glass, of course. And some people seem to miss, or obviously not finish the video. I can't blame you, but I did bring up the abuse allegations, but yes, it is disgusting, and you can go back at the end of the first Crystal Castles video and see my thoughts on it, because yeah, like, it's not something I can just ignore. But again, Ferda Tunes, we're Ferda Tunes, we're for the music, so I'm talking about the music. I'm not making that the point of the video, because why would I? But again, it's something I have to mention, so just before you comment, yo, you need to talk about the abuse, bro. I did. You just didn't watch it. But thank you for everything, every comment. I appreciate, even the ones that, you know, call me slurs. It's all love. I appreciate you guys tuning in and watching. I really hope you guys enjoyed this one, as sloppy as it unfortunately came out, or I think it will. Oh, I was hoping this would be a much more put together one, but this album really just fucked me up, and I just had to get this video out because it was taking too long, man. I told y'all, work is fucked, man. One day I'll be able to work on videos as much as I would like to, which is pretty much all day, every day, and just flesh out all my ideas and all the music I want to talk about and go over and dive into. We're gonna get there one day, y'all. Just stick with me, and thank you for being patient. I cannot thank you enough, because I stress out so fucking much when I go even 1 week without dropping a video. It's just, it's painful to me. Like, I love doing this. I love getting this out. It feels like I'm in my element when I'm just standing here talking about music, writing, listening, digesting, absorbing, and putting it back out. I'm sorry, I don't know. I just love you guys, and I just want to keep doing this, man. Like, thank you for tuning in. Again, join the Discord. We're just booming every day. It's lit in there, man. Yeah, I promise you, you won't regret it. Follow me on Instagram and come talk some shit with me on Twitter, as usual. Much love, and thanks for tuning in. Subscribe for more. I promise, more is coming. Even if it takes me months, I'm working. Y'all, I promise. We'll see you in the next one. It seems they can't miss.